Okay, hello and welcome to the weather update. It's about 9:45 and a warmer day today with a little less smoke. You can still see some of it around though, getting caught up in the circulation of this weird Lando cane type system that is coming out from the Great Lakes right now. You could see we did have a little bit of clear skies, but then the smoke kind of came back in as we got toward the evening. We had clouds, and the clouds broke up late afternoon, and then so I'll show you what the sky looked like today before anything, and we'll show you we did have a little, just to show you we did actually have some blue sky when the clouds broke up around 3 o'clock. You can see a little bit of blue sky right there, and here too. But then by evening, things changed, and you can see the haze coming in, and you can see again more of that haze coming in, and then I went to Massapequa Lake to look at the haze and show you, just take a few pictures here of what you could see the sun definitely looking a little orange there. I mean, not as thick as it was before, but it's pretty noticeable. You shouldn't have all this haze around when you have the sunset. This is all smoke, mainly at the higher levels, not much at the surface. But you can see as we got toward the later on, you can see the sun getting oranger, and then once it set after dusk, quite a lot of red there as the sun was just about going down. We definitely, you can see that clearly on the satellite right there. You can see how the smoke kind of just came back in on us here. I'll let you just pause that here. Show you got right before sunset there. Perfect image right there showing you. Again, you can see here's the clearer air, and then here's that line of smoke that's getting caught up. And this smoke is more from western Canada. And you can see maybe a little bit of clear air behind it. Then we have this upper level low. So looking at the weather map right now, which I should have up here, you'll see here's that upper level low here that's going to slowly move toward us into tomorrow and bring us some more rain chances. Today was a dry day and a pretty nice day, even though we had some clouds around, all in all. Looking at the MODIS satellite, which we'll do today, you can see again, here's that upper level low feature, which, again, this is quite unusual to see in June. And you can see all the smoke. Looks like they're dealing with some pretty thick smoke, actually, over parts of Nova Scotia. Smoking, in Canada. Mainly all in Canada here. You can see plenty of smoke around. And this is all going to get pulled down by this upper level low, I have a feeling. So we'll be dealing with more smoke. And maybe near surface smoke. Probably not like as bad as before, but I have a feeling we have plenty of more hazy, blue sky is so hard to come by. It was so nice to have it for just a few hours this afternoon. Just a few hours. And it was mainly in Nassau County, too, because you see Long Island was mainly covered in clouds. And the clouds really didn't break up until later in the day. It looked like maybe Jersey might have had a little more clear sky there. But let's look at what we got going on outside right now. Current conditions. Looking at the weather and hazards map, first of all. You can see air quality alerts for Wisconsin and Minnesota. Well, not so much Wisconsin, more like Minnesota. This is all due to wildfire smoke. And then we have some severe thunderstorm watches in effect in Texas as well as Oklahoma. And it looks like we have a heat advisory for southeastern Texas. So there is some severe weather going on in the south, and there is a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning in extreme northern Texas. You can see, again, looks like we got, another a dense fog advisory. So let's look at our observations here, and you'll see today it's pretty warm out there, pretty warm evening still, 72 at Farmingdale. The alley's like 74, so it's not that far off, I guess. 68 at Islip. Not much of a sea breeze today, mainly westerly winds. We'll show you what the day was like at Islip. The humidity has dropped. It was higher earlier on, and then it dropped as the day went on, but you could see it wasn't all that low, the humidity. You've got dew points in the low 60s. And the humidity really didn't start dropping until later, until almost this evening. But you could see we had northwest winds and no real sea breeze. So it's showing maybe a weak sea breeze happened around 7:20, but not much in the way of a sea breeze at all today. We got well into the 70s as well. So let's put our high temperatures on the map here. And you'll see, almost 79 at Islip, 81 at Farmingdale, 79 at West Hampton, so slightly above normal, 81 at LaGuardia, 83 at Newark, also around 80 degrees in New Jersey, 79, Generally, not a big range in temperatures. 78 in the park. Not a really big range in temperatures because of that westerly wind, keeping things fairly uniform. Lows, 64 at Islip. So the lows generally in the mid-60s. 59 at West Hampton. Not really any big radiation or cooling area, though. It looks like it got down to 55 in New Jersey's Pine Barrens. So a little cooler there. Probably because they had maybe more clear skies versus what we had last night. So let's go to the statistics for the Weather Service here. And if we go to Islip, you'll see 78 degrees was the high. Normal high 77. So only 1 degree above normal on the high. It's saying 78, but the other thing's 79. Who to believe? That is the question. 64, that's 4 degrees above normal. So we're 3 degrees above normal at Islip today. Central Park, right at normal, 78 and 64. It's pretty much close to normal temperatures for this time of the year. We are in mid-June after all. So yeah, it is. The warmer weather is definitely more typical of this time of the year. The smoke is not. Definitely shouldn't be having all this smoke around for sure. So let's go to the Storm Prediction Center. And you'll see here, looking at it, you'll see there's that upper level low. There's some showers and thunderstorms there. And there's that slight risk for severe weather that's going to be in Texas. And then as we go into tomorrow, that shifts further east to an enhanced risk in the south again. So the southern states, Georgia, more or less Dixie Alley, as they like to call it, because now it's become this is almost just as big of a spot for tornadoes as the traditional Midwest area now. And look at that. They've placed us in a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow. And that's because of the Cape, which we're going to be looking at in a moment. Looking at the radar right now, you'll see we have all of this rain here that's from this upper level low. Now, this is not going to, be, oh boy, if this slug of rain could come in, that would solve our drought, but it's going to wind up going a little more to the north, I think, as this thing rotates a little more, moves just east-northeast of us. But you'll see some pretty heavy rains there coming into Indiana, and boy, wouldn't it be nice if we could get some of that heavy rain in Quebec, but I don't think it's going to get there. And then looking over here, you can see the severe weather in Texas, and we'll wind up moving into the south. So looking at the models here, here's our upper level low. And you can see it's kind of cut off, and it kind of moves into our area. You can see the center of it goes north, but it could spark some thunderstorms tomorrow. And when we go into Thursday, it moves on out, and then we have another cut off upper level low on Friday. And then it's slow to move out for the weekend. You see it slowly shifts east. It might keep rain chances mainly over to the north and west, but it'll keep us in a northwest flow, which means if there's any smoke, which there probably will be, we're going to be getting involved in it. So it won't be a mostly sunny weekend. There could be some slight shower chances because, again, we've just been dealing with this constantly with these lows, and we haven't really had any big, strong, high-pressure systems in our area to really, oddly enough, we've had all these cut-off lows, but we haven't really had much rain. We've just had clouds and just nuisance showers that pop up from time to time. So let's show you the HRRR model, which hopefully you have most of it in by now. All right, yes we do. All right, that's good. So looking at tomorrow, you'll see that low. You'll see that most of the steady precipitation goes over to the north and west, but we get a cool front, I guess we'd call it a cool front or a cold front coming through in the afternoon, and that could spark some showers and thunderstorms. This be in the afternoon, so anytime after 3 o'clock, and some of these could be strong to severe. We'll have to see what happens. They'll be scattered. It won't be constantly raining, and it won't really bring tremendous amounts of rain, but you'll see it is developing some impressive showers and thunderstorms moving from west to east on these, and then it slowly kind of moves away for Thursday, and then we get into a better day on Thursday. And when the HRRR shows, there's not a whole lot of rain, so if you're getting your hopes up for drought-busting rains, well, maybe, if you're lucky enough, maybe you get a half an inch out of it, but it's showing a lot of us getting less than a quarter of an inch. So it's not most of the steadier rain is over Pennsylvania and up to the north. We're not really going to see all that much, unfortunately. So let's go to the dew points here. That's typical with these upper level low systems here. So looking at the dew points and wind flow, you'll see wind flow does go southerly tomorrow, and that's going to bring in some moisture. That low is going to crank up some moisture from the Atlantic, bring in the moisture, which will be the fuel for these storms. And then that front comes in, and you start seeing the winds sort of shift to the west after 9 o'clock. And then somewhat drier air, again, moves in for Thursday, which should be very similar to today, I think. Very similar, almost a repeat of today. So let's go into Wednesday here. And tonight, probably not going to drop off that much. Probably lows around 60. And then tomorrow, inland, probably getting close to 80. On Long Island, probably 70s with the temperatures. And obviously, any showers will drop the temperatures down. We drop back into the upper 50s to around 60 tomorrow night. And Thursday, similar to today, I think we'll have temperatures getting well up into the 70s. Maybe just a tad cooler than today, maybe, but still be mid to upper 70s. And so I want to look at the soundings for tomorrow on the HRRR first. All right, so these are the soundings, just showing that instability there, and you can clearly see it. All right, so we have that instability in the air tomorrow, and I want to make you aware of that. So let's go to the Ventus sky, and we will go and we will look at this. So we're going to look at the thunderstorm threat as we head into tomorrow, and you'll see the Cape levels are actually pretty decent. So as we head into 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll see, look at that, impressive Cape along the Jersey Shore over Long Island. 5 o'clock, you start seeing some of it already moving. So it looks like the worst threat is going to be in the afternoon for these thunderstorms. And then showing another area of Cape, I guess with the actual front at 8 o'clock here. But there is Cape there, and that's pretty decent Cape. So that's why I'm saying some of these storms could be severe. And if we look at the lifted index, you'll see it's also up there as well. So we have an unstable atmosphere tomorrow. So that's why I think tomorrow we could see some impressive storms, but it's hard to say exactly where they're going to form. That is always the tricky part of it, but the potential is certainly there. Even though we do have that southerly wind, and that tends to protect Long Island, we'll see if that actually happens or not, because sometimes it doesn't always happen. It's very hard to predict, and the Cape is definitely there because we have plenty of humidity in the air, even though we have the southerly wind. I want to look at the NAM as well with this as well. And let's go and look at the NAM's precip and moisture fields as well. It's probably going to, oh yeah, the NAM got a nice line going. Here's 19Z. This is 3 o'clock. A nice line there, approaches New York City. And then it kind of just falls apart when it hits the ocean air. But that's something. We could have some nice looking shelf clouds tomorrow perhaps. And then you can see another cluster there. And then it kind of moves away. But that looks pretty impressive right there. I gotta say, that looks pretty impressive. And then and then another bunch of cells forms around then, and then you'll have just scattered cells. But again, it's just scattered. It's not going to really bring a whole lot of rain to the picture. But that whatever happens, we could have severe thunderstorms that could produce, the parameters that severe thunderstorms produce. Lots of lightning, obviously, strong winds, maybe shelf clouds. There's a good potential for that. And maybe hail. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. We'll have to see, because there is definitely a marginal risk for severe weather right over us tomorrow. And the conditions with the humidity are, pretty favorable. Not to mention you have this cyclonic flow, which is really helping enhance the instability that we have in the atmosphere. So I think we could have an eventful day tomorrow, perhaps some more thunderstorms. So we'll just go to the clouds next. And obviously, we'll start off with sunshine early tomorrow morning, then clouds increase, and then we have those chances for the thunderstorms again in the afternoon. And there could be breaks in the clouds. The sun can come out again, and there could be another shower or thunderstorm perhaps. Thursday is looking similar to today. We'll probably have the pop-up cumulus. It's showing some. Our gym is not showing too much, and it's mainly confined to Long Island. And then as we head into Friday, you'll see there's that next wave that comes in for Friday. That'll be the next chance for rain that we have. And we can look at the NAM 12 for that. And I don't know if the 18Z is going to get us there. Yeah, it will get us there. You can see it's not really all that impressive. Again, it'll be of the showery variety. And when we get more short-range model information, we'll have that for you. But right now, it's looking more of a showery variety. It doesn't look like we'll have the severe potential. That all depends on the dew points. If they go higher, they don't look quite as high. All right. And then we head into the weekend. If we want to look at the GFS here, looking at your dew points and wind flow, you can see not quite as much moisture with the system on Friday. And then when we get to the weekend, you'll see the winds go over the northwest here. There's some dry air just to the north and the west. We'll have to see how we're going to deal with clouds, obviously. Again, Thursday, we should have sunshine, more clouds, I think, north. And then for Friday, clouds. And then for Saturday, like I said, we may have these clouds lingering because of this upper level low. But don't forget, it may wrap the smoke around. So we're going to have to see about that. And we're gonna guess we'll go to the smoke model next. I want to go to the longer run on the smoke model. So let's see what we got here. Seems like we're missing some runs here. That's weird. I have 23Z and I have 9Z. That sucks. I thought we had a longer run than that. I know we had a longer... Well, we'll use the 9Z run on this. I know it's an old one, but we'll use it. And we will take a look and see what we got here with the smoke. So you can see right now it's not too bad. I'm going into... This is tomorrow, the 14th. And then Thursday. We'll have to see what happens Thursday. It looks like at least the first half will be okay, but we have to watch for this smoke back here that could wind up. This is, again, the vertically integrated smoke, which we're just looking at right now. And you can see maybe some of that might wind up making its way in here as we get to it Thursday. But right now, tomorrow, I don't think we'll be dealing with too much smoke. Maybe a little bit of it, but if I can go to the latest run, which is the 23Z run, which we have. So just take us in tomorrow. I could look at the HRRR one if I want to, but I'd rather not. See, right now, this upper level low circulation seems to be fairly free of smoke. But we'll have to see because these fires are still burning in Western Canada. Right now, it seems like it's calmed down a little bit in Quebec. Now it's Western Canada. It's like whack-a-mole, you know. If they're not burning in one part of the country out of control, they're going to be burning in another part of the country out of control, producing smoke. So that's what we got to watch out for, I think. All right, so that's pretty much it. So again, gonna have to watch for that potential for severe weather tomorrow. I think it's there. And again, that afternoon hours. So anytime after 2 or 3 o'clock, I think things could get possibly quite interesting around here tomorrow. With some, the best potential is going to be from probably more inland. But again, those Cape levels are pretty decent over Long Island. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Have a good night.